So there's this show that just premiered on Netflix, Tiny Pretty Things. And I was super excited about it because it's about ballet. And here's my review. Hello dancers, welcome to the Love Ballerina channel. If you're new, I create content for adult ballet dancers of all levels to inspire and guide your journey and to share my own. Please subscribe if you're new and like this video if this is something that resonates with you. Okay, let's get into the tiny pretty things. Overall, I agree with the major rating standards that has gotten so far from sources like IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. It's about a 5 out of 10 overall. Before I say anything bad, I will say what I did like about this show. The cinematography is beautiful. The locations used are excellent and the actors all look very credible as dancers and are in great shape as well. The dancing is quite good. The B-roll throughout the show is super solid. Also, the show did a good job denouncing some of the things that go wrong with some major ballet companies, such as how female dancers often find themselves in an uncomfortable position when dealing with wealthy patrons. This is a reality for some, but not all ballet companies, and it's definitely unfortunate. But that is where it got a bit derailed. These ideas are taken out of some real life problems experienced at the Mariinsky Theater and perhaps many others. But the problem is that the show attempts to explore too many other themes as well. And you can genre bend, but you cannot be all the genres all at once and still have a great show. The show took inspiration from way too many other shows, and sometimes that inspiration almost became like plagiarism almost, if you ask me. Besides that, like I said before, it tries to take on too many themes: inequalities in the dance world, the perfectionism of ballet, relationship issues, crime, drugs, child-parent dysfunctional relationships, patron of the arts issues, and other side dramas. If they had stuck to one or two of these, it would have been a much, much better show. Editing is not limited to the cutting room. Writers have to edit too. Oh my god, I just totally aged myself by using the expression cutting room floor. I don't care. I got very annoyed at this show from the get-go because they were all over the place with so many subplots. It made it hard to concentrate on the specific characters themselves. It's like, girl, are you here to dance, overcome your mommy issues, save the world, get the guy, fight for your rights, or what? Too much. If you're committed to dance, you will just do that. Every dancer knows that. Another minus and yuck factor is how much time and effort was put into the quite explicit sex scenes. And considering that this is a show based on a young adult novel, this level of sexual explicitity is more akin to more mature audiences. And frankly, I found it a bit too raunchy, since it is, after all, intended for a teen audience. I certainly would not want my teens to watch that and think that that's what ballet school is about. And I think a lot of parents that have kids who are looking forward to attending this type of dance school would certainly be also put off by this portrayal of life in a ballet conservatory. Like, are you trying to make it look like a super raunchy and expensive place to send the kids instead of normal college, when they will also have to routinely deal with murderous psychopaths? That's what it looks like. They definitely had a very inclusive cast, and that was very good. But why is the white little sister such a desperate character? Surely some Caucasian dancers are less desperate and have higher moral standards as compared to this girl. Why is the little white sister always a legacy and always such an underdog? And so morally loose. Not cool. And where's the ballet? After episode 4 or 5, you rarely see anyone on point anymore, and it's all these very generic contemporary dances with everyone wearing socks. As far as I know, contemporary ballet still includes point work sometimes, or at the very least bare feet. The socks thing just seemed a little bit lazy, I don't know. That's just me. Also, they borrowed a lot of elements from pre existing works in a way that is too obvious. All the hanging out at the roof, Find Me in Paris, all the dorm drama, Dance Academy. It was just not subtle enough to not bring the source of inspiration to mind when looking at it. Not in a way that is good, but more like they stole some parts of the plot. Overall, the series, even with its beautiful scenery, did not capture my full attention. I actually drifted off to working on my dissertation while watching it, which is something that I do when I put on stuff like Vampire Diaries or other such nonsense on my Netflix. It just means that it's just there in the background for ambience noise. Definitely a great effort with beautiful dancers, but I wish the writers could have done better for this storyline. Like another reviewer said previously, you are better off just watching Bunheads over and over again. That was a great show that did an amazing job incorporating dance and drama in a very parsimonious yet sentimental way. And I will never recover from the fact that it did not get a second season. Never. I did not like how the show presents ballet via such a lens that seems so toxic. After watching this, most people that are not involved in ballet would most likely think twice about letting their kids take up this art form. And that is unfortunate because ballet is not as degenerate as the show makes it out to be. Yes, ballet is a performing art and has darkness to it, but it's definitely not as dark as the show tries to be. Tries being the key word here. The whole thing is more like a campy shade of gray. I think the creators had good intentions. It certainly doesn't do the ballet world any good because they overdid the cringe factor way too much. Oh, there you go. That's my super honest review of Tiny Pretty Things. Watch at your own risk, but put your kids away first. I leave it up to you. Let me know, what do you think? I'm curious to find out if you have seen the show and what do you think of it. Please keep the comments respectful, especially towards all the dancers in the show. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like my content, and also give this video a like and share your comments.